what's up everybody? DC, Daryl Cross Real Estate Group. So as I'm getting ready to walk out of the house here to take my dog for a walk and do a quick workout, I had a client text me. This is a new buyer we just started working with. She had some questions on appraisals and what that process entails. You know, what is it? How does it work? And all very important questions. Appraisal is a very important part of the process in purchasing a home. So basically, first of all, what is an appraisal? Appraisal is basically when the lender, if you're using financing to purchase a home, is going to send out a licensed appraiser to do a report on the property to, number one, place a value on the home, and number two, determine if there's going to be any repairs needed before they'll fund the loan so that it can get to a closing table. So as far as the value goes, say for instance the home is going to be sold for $200,000, or that's at least the price that the buyer and the seller agreed on, $200,000. The home is going to have to appraise for $200,000 or more in order for the bank to fund the loan so that it can close. Now, what will sometimes happen is that the appraisal will come in low. So when the appraisal comes in low, for instance, say the appraiser doesn't agree with the $200,000, says that the sales and data in the area only support a value of $190,000, for instance, well, now you've got a $10K gap to bridge there, and so what do you do? Well, as a buyer's agent, what I'm always going to do is try to get the seller to come down to the appraised value. I want them to come down to the 190K, and of course try to get my buyer the best deal on the house as I can. But with that being said, the seller sometimes will not budge, right? They might say, no, we want the 200 that was agreed upon. We're not budging off of that. Kick rocks if you don't want the house. Or maybe they'll budge a little bit, but not the full 10K. So what happens in that scenario? Well, a lot of times what will happen is that the buyer and the seller will meet somewhere in the middle, maybe halfway. It's very common. It's for a buyer to say, I got an extra 5K. If you come down to 195, I'll bring an extra 5K to the table. If that will bridge the 10K gap, then we can close. That's very common. That will happen a lot. Sometimes that's split up different ways to bridge that 10K gap or whatever it might be. But that's one scenario, one possible solution. Now, if that doesn't happen and the seller's not willing to budge whatsoever and they can't meet in the middle whatsoever, well, what's going to happen in that scenario? The deal's going to fall apart, essentially. The house will go back on the market. The deal will fall apart. The buyer will go find another house. They'll get their earnest money deposit back because they're not going to lose that for an appraisal scenario. But you know, the house will go back on the market, and the buyer will be back to the drawing board trying to find another house. With that being said, sometimes when there's a bidding war or when there's multiple offers on a property, there will be buyers that will put what's called an appraisal guarantee on the property. And what that is when they're saying up front that they're guaranteeing that they're going to bring X amount of dollars to the table in the event of a low appraisal. So that helps their offer get accepted a lot of times. That makes their offer stronger. A lot of buyers will do that in a bidding war and agree right up front to bring a specific amount to the table on top of whatever the appraised value is in the event that it appraises low, because oftentimes they know it's going to appraise low anyways because they're overbidding because they really want the house and don't want anybody else to have it. So that's in a nutshell appraisals, guys. If you have any other additional questions on that, give me a call, 734-674-1486, or shoot me a message. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. I'm gonna go walk the dog. Good night.